Hello, it's Margaret Mastery, your Heartfelt CFO. I am so excited to be here with you for another episode of the CFO Scoop. In case you are new to my channel or my email list, or sometimes you're on and you're not really sure what's happening, I go live each week on Tuesday night to share tips and tricks about CFO services, which has to do with money, tax, business management, and all of the in between. So I'm going to take a minute and just check that all of the tech components are running well. Okay, this usually takes. Okay, so that's good. Taking care of the tech sometimes at the beginning just takes another minute, making sure it's all running smooth so that you can get the most of these videos. So I'm really, really excited for this topic to talk about how to create an official business plan, an official and efficient business plan. Now, I'm going to give you an overview when you're doing it together one-on-one with a coach or someone like myself. The interaction is very, very helpful because the coach or someone like myself pulls the information out of you how to really get the most out of the service. Now, let's backpedal a little bit. Why do you need a business plan? I'm noticing a lot at this point in the year that a lot of people are having a lot of reduced income or they're not really sure where they're going in business. And there's a lot of big changes. I'm even personally noticing changes in my business that I had to refine my business model and my business plan to know how I was going about going forward. Now, a business plan is something that you could continuously refine. It doesn't mean how you set it today. It's like for the next million years or so many years. It's something that you want to continuously work on. Now, a lot of people are really busy that they don't take the time, but I can assure you when you take the time to follow these steps, what you get out of it is really, really valuable. I'm going to do one part each week over the next few weeks. There's 4 or 5 parts of this, so stay tuned. If you are live, it's going to be Tuesday nights. If you are getting the email, we send the replay out on Fridays, but you are always welcome to come live on Tuesday nights to hear it live and be able to also ask me questions if you'd like. But if you are an email, feel free to hit reply, ask me questions, let me know what they are, and let me know that you're listening, which we always love to hear. So, what is the first part of a business plan? The first part of the business plan is to know what you're offering. Now, it's a clear idea of the services that you are offering. So, let's say in my business, we do a variety of bookkeeping all the way to tax. It's specific, clear services around bookkeeping and tax that we provide for clients. Now, sometimes people need cleanup, sometimes people need monthly work. There's a variety of different things that people need. And we have different packages around that and different services. So I want to give you a few questions to ask yourself when you are preparing this business plan so that you can get the most out of this part. You want to know what product and or service that you are going to have. Now, sometimes you have both. Sometimes you have a service-based business and the product that you're serving, it could be items that you buy for a client or custom made items for a client. Like if you're in the design industry or possibly in the architect industry, like there's blueprints and these types of things. Or if you're in the retail, you're completely product based. So your product based list can be huge. Another question is that you want to know what each of those products and or services problem that they solve, Why would people want to know that you have that? And why would they want to buy it from you? It's important to have this because the next part of this is who would want this service? Now, there's a million different industries out there. There's accountants, there's doctors, there's therapists, there's service-based industries, there's construction workers, like we get the list goes on. You're going to want to know who you want to serve. Now, a lot of you have heard that it's good to have a niche in your service. However, sometimes people still generalize and they don't. And what happens is that when you have a wide variety of people that you serve, when you do marketing of any sort, social media, email, newsletters, and any of these types of things, you're speaking to a wide variety of people. And it's like maybe 1 out of 20 that you'll get instead of maybe like 1 out of 3 that you can get when you speak to your ideal client about these products and services. Now, you're going to want to get to know your ideal client as well on their pain points, on their things that they have trouble with. And there's a lot of different things to do to know what your ideal client is going through. An example could be is that you can run some surveys, you can run some polls and ask questions. You can put them on social media, you can run them through your email list. You can also hop on a call with a few of them. Maybe there was some prospects that didn't go through, and you could go back and talk with them and say, honestly, why didn't they go through with the services? Or maybe it just wasn't the right time. Or maybe they didn't have the money. Maybe they needed a payment plan. You want to ask them questions of why they didn't have your services or what they would want with your services, and get into all of these specific things with them. Now, let's give an example of like a person who does a translator service. Now, as someone who does a translator service, there's like a dime a dozen out there. But maybe you do French and the other person doesn't do French. Maybe the other one does Hindu and Hebrew, like, so you want to be specific on who you serve so that the type of service and or product that you do, it will be really clear on who you want to help. So when someone sees the newsletter, someone sees the email, the messages, and so on, it speaks to you. Now, this is the first part of the business plan. It seems easier said than done, and it seems that you could accomplish this fairly quickly. What I would suggest you do is, in terms of your offer, also look at your old offers. Look at what you're currently doing. I would also suggest look at what's selling the most in your business now in comparison to what your packages are, and see what people are actually buying versus what you're actually selling, and seeing what tweaks you can make. Now, maybe there's a new offering that you want to put out. We're going to go into that deeper into the roots where you'll see this all come together. But what you want to do is really analyze where you are and where you want to be to get a clearer offer around your product and services, the problem that you solve, and who this helps. If you have any questions or any problems, I would love to help you. This is something that I started to do with clients one-on-one, if this is something that you're open to, because what will happen is in the dialogue, we can talk about a lot of things that you don't realize that I'll hear and you may not feel it's important, or you may feel it's important, and then I can help make it even stronger. And I would love to do these things with you. So I hope you enjoyed part 1 of creating a business plan. And at this point in the year, there's a lot to worry about in terms of taxes, closing the year, reconciling debt, liabilities, all of these things. However, making the time for a business plan, there's no better time than now to see where you are and how to start the next year on what foot, I'm going to say, because people usually worry about taxes now, which is something which is priority. However, complement with that, you want to refine so that you can keep making money and not lose time by just filing taxes. Now, if you are out there and you need help filing taxes, we would love to do that. If you are behind on bookkeeping, please let us know. Please reach out so that I can hop on an appointment with you and we can talk about it and get you squared. I was on with a client today, and when she started, we had I think it was like 2 years. It wasn't terrible because an average client that comes with back work could be good for 5 years. And she was saying this afternoon, how she didn't realize, she really sees how over the past few months with working together, how her disorganization with things really hurt her and how she increased her anxiety around it all. And now she has a lot better of a system where she came to our call calmer. She came with steps that she needed help with. She had items that she wanted to talk about. And it was a really, really great, productive meeting. Lots of times when people come on, they're worried because they have so much back issues. But after, I would say 90 days, you start to get into the flow. And this client I was talking about with today, she was with us a good while longer than that. And it's just so amazing. It fills my heart to see when clients are like that, in such a better spot. And the call, the level of transition that we get out of it is so, so amazing. So, a few people have been asking me because I've been wearing these new necklaces. So my daughter has gotten me this for my birthday, this heart. My daughter's turning 17 in a few weeks. And I thought it was really special to keep it on. And this is a Jewish hand, like this is the hand of God. And this is like the eye. It's like a Jewish tradition. So I thought I would share a little bit about that in this video. So as always, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for being here. Your smile is awesome. Keep going. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm so happy that you came. I hope you enjoyed this live. This is part one of how to create a business plan. I am excited to share this with you. I look forward to hear what you all come up with. Please share them with me and stay tuned for the next one. And I will talk to you soon. Oh, a teen in the house. What a special necklace. Thank you so much. Yeah. I love her dearly. I have two children, and my daughter is my younger one. My son is off in college, and it's just such a different experience. And it's really rewarding, because you feel more like best friends than necessarily like mother-daughter. There's a lot of things you can do together. So with that said, as always, any questions, let me know. Please keep me in tune how you do with this part one, and come next week with us live Tuesday night. The schedule is always on my LinkedIn profile. And again, if you're by email, we send out the replays on Fridays, I think is the schedule. And if you're on my profile on Thursdays, twice a month, we put out a scoop with a scoop of information. And this Thursday night, we are actually going live again about our education platform. I would love to have you, and we will talk more. Sounds good. Have a good night, and we will talk soon. Bye.